G'day you beautiful people, welcome back. Having a look at a Countess deck today that I like to use when I feel like playing a character that I'm not very good at. But this definitely does work, this build. It's pretty much the same as all the other builds out of Countess. You know, it's always a bit of knowledge working towards as much ability damage as you can get with potentially, you know, Shadow Dancer from death, or maybe going to growth to get something from growth, but it's normally always knowledge. But anyway, we're going to go over the cards, go over the gems, and then we'll talk about potential builds and what I like to run on her. So first up we have Advanced Evolution. It is a 1-cost Intellect card. It's just a card that's in there just to curve the build, because everything's quite expensive. So having, you know, if you do have to back and you have 1 Intellect to spend, why not grab Advanced Evolution? It's going to restore 5% of your max health and max mana per second for 3 seconds. So that's 15% of your max health and 15% of your max mana. Then we have Font of Experience. Definitely want to take this as your first card, as it's going to help you get levels. And as we all know, people like Countess and Assassins want to get some levels super quick so they can start to get the damage bonuses on the higher level abilities. Then we have Generator. Don't really ever kind of use this. It can be okay on someone like Countess though, because you know how expensive a full rotation of her abilities is going to be. So being able to restore 75 mana per second for 30 seconds, which equals 2250 mana, if I did that right, because 10 would be 750, 1500, 2250, or when your mana bar is full. So you're going to fill up your mana bar again, and you can pretty much use a couple of abilities, pop this, and then be able to maybe do another 2 rotations of abilities, provided you don't max out your mana bar before then. Then we have Mana Flow Backlight. It's another card in there that's just there to curve the build in case you're going for something more expensive and you don't have the money for it. It's going to increase max mana by 0.5% and power by 0.5% when purchasing Intellect, so you can get up to about 11% of max mana and power from this card. You will, however, lose it when you get rid of it. We have Astro Leap. Gives you a good bit of mana regen and allows you to teleport forward, provided you have not taken damage, which means that you don't have to use your Shadow Slip on Countess to get onto people. You can actually teleport forward, use a couple of abilities, maybe ults, and then if they manage to sneak a little bit away from you, you can then get back on top of them with your Shadow Slip. Then we have Invader Mage. Very, very good card on someone like Countess early game. I'm sure I don't need to explain why turn ability armor penetration on ability focused assassin is a good idea. Then we have Power Tap. It's going to give you 15 permanent power every time you buy this and use it. It is quite expensive, but with someone like Countess, once I get to around 25 intellect spent, and maybe a couple of vitality to go into one of the endgame cards, I don't really feel like she needs the health. She doesn't from vitality or the agility at all, so just keep buying Power Tap personally. Then we have Thaumaturge, which is actually a very good idea to have on your endgame build on someone like Countess, especially if you're running Deadly Mana as one of your gems. It's just going to give you power, extra power equal to 1% of your max mana, and you're also going to gain max mana whenever you deal damage to an enemy hero for an extra 300 possible max mana. Then we have Atomic Soldier. It's a go-to on any caster whatsoever. Sleeper Agent is a 10-cost intellect card. Every 45 seconds you can silence a target enemy hero for 3 seconds. They take 15% increased damage. Not only is this good to go up against a hero you want to kill and use it on them so you can get stuff done faster, it's also good to have just in case you're going for the carry and there's a support around. You can actually silence their support and go for the carry, and then go for the support afterwards. Countess v Countess. Having this means you win. It's just a very, very good card, and it does give you 14 power and a bit of extra mana, which is going to work towards Thaumaturge anyway. Then we have Shadow Dancer. Going invis on someone like Countess is just a no-brainer. Just you can do some dirty things Yeah, you can just do some dirty things with this card. It's also quite strong in the fact that it applies a movement speed slow when you attack an enemy from the shadow plane for a second, so that's 40% movement speed slow, so they're not going to be getting very far. The last card we have is Corrosive Walker. It's a 4 vitality and 8 intellect card, but it gives you 25 power and a heap of health. It reduces the ability armor of nearby enemy heroes by 30 for 6 seconds. Costs 75 mana, which is not much at all, and it refreshes every 30 seconds. So this, much like Sleeper Agent, can allow you to burst someone down a lot quicker. But personally, I'm starting to like Sleeper Agent a lot more, just for the gameplay perspective on Countess. So we'll go have a look at the gems and then we'll come back to that lot in a minute. I run damage reduction, reduce basic damage taken by 10%, just because we're not really planning on going too far into vitality, so I didn't want to go, anything else anywhere else. If you do intend to go 25 intellect and then just keep spending on vitality, you could go for Executioner's Rush, which I think is, yes, it's a slot 13 gem. That will give you movement speed and power after killing an enemy hero. So after you, say, jump on the carry and delete them, you'll have higher movement speed and you'll have more power to deal on the next person. I don't tend to feel like I need it, so we go for damage reduction. As far as intellect goes, I take auto mana potion. I don't feel like I need onslaught on someone like Countess. You get to the point where you're just going to delete people anyway, so why not go auto mana potion? Is going to help you at the start of the game. And then, why is it on experience? That's weird. It should be on deadly mana. Deadly mana will give you 2 mana every time you kill an enemy minion. She has incredible clear, and considering the fact that I love running Thaumaturge on her, it's going to help quite a lot. Mana Fountain, it's going to increase your mana regen when you're missing a bunch of mana. Then we have Spell Shield, just so that she's not getting stunned out of that ult, and we can make sure we get that ult off. And then Overpowered Spells, because screw it. When you're playing Countess, you're only really intending on going in and getting a few abilities off and getting a kill, going around getting a pick, and then perhaps going back to get another river buff. So why not do as much damage as humanly possible? So they're the gems, guys. So what I have been doing as my max build is actually going for Thaumaturge, Atomic Soldier, and Sleeper Agent. That's going to take you to 25 intellect spent. Okay, so it's going to be 18 with these two, and then another 7. That makes 25. And then every now and then, when I have once I have those 3 cards, I'm at 25 intellect. I don't even spend into vitality the majority of the times. Yes, I do have a vitality gem, which, fair enough, go for that if you want. It's only going to be 7,000 spent into vitality, but then at the very least, after you've got that, just keep taking Atomic Soldier off every time you have 4,000 and buy Power Tap. It's going to increase your ability damage quite a lot. And if you do go out and you get involved in a team fight and you get a kill or two, you're going to have enough gold to, next time you back, go and grab another Power Tap anyway. The other way that I would run this build is just to actually get rid of Sleeper Agent and swap it out for Shadow Dancer, which is going to take you to 22 intellect and 4 into vitality. If you didn't want to do that, you could definitely go for Corrosive Walker. It's in there because it's quite powerful, but I never really tend to use it. I'm more inclined to go for Sleeper Agent. It is my personal preference, but it's there in case you want it. So as I said, my main build is Thaumaturge, Atomic Soldier, and Sleeper Agent. If you want the Invis, get rid of Sleeper Agent for Shadow Dancer, or if you like it better, grab Corrosive Walker. But these 2 cards together are just going to make you do disgusting amounts of damage. You could easily get rid of Thaumaturge as well and go for Shadow Dancer, but I wouldn't recommend it personally. So that is my build for Countess, guys. I hope you like it. If you do, go ahead and try it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you have any questions whatsoever about the build, there was something you didn't understand, please don't hesitate to ask me a question in the comment section. Don't be that guy that goes, oh, I didn't understand because you're a dumbass and you speak bad. Because that's not helpful. You're not getting any help, and I don't know what help you need. So just ask what you don't understand, and I'll help you out in as soon as I can and the best that I can. And if that wasn't too douchey for you, please subscribe for more Paragon content. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.